Hi everyone! Welcome to Literature 101, the show where we delve into the lives and works of some of the most influential figures in literature. I'm your host, Jasmine Nagradante, and today we are going to explore the world of one of the great American authors, Nathaniel Hawthorne. Hi everyone, welcome on our today's podcast. For today's episode of Literature 101, our main character is no other than Nathaniel Hawthorne. So who is he? What do you guys think he did that he got featured in our today's podcast? Now, well, let's dive in. Now, for the first segment of talking about Nathaniel Hawthorne's life, let's know what his early life is and what his background is all about. So, Nathaniel Hawthorne was born on July 4, 1804, in Salem, Massachusetts, a town etched with a history that would profoundly influence his literary imagination. His ancestral roots trace back to the early Puritan settlers in America, a heritage that would play a pivotal role in shaping his perspective on morality and society. Hawthorne's father, Captain Nathaniel Hawthorne, was a sea captain, and his mother, Elizabeth Clark Manning Hawthorne, belonged to a family deeply ingrained in the maritime traditions of New England. The maritime influence of his family's background would echo through Hawthorne's works, providing a thematic undercurrent that often explored the complexities of human nature against a backdrop of historical and moral tension. He was raised in Salem, a town infamous for the Salem witch trials. Young Nathaniel was surrounded by the historical remnants of a dark chapter in American history. The lingering shadows of the witch trials would haunt his imagination, becoming a recurring motif in his literary works. The weight of his family's past, entwined with the puritanical ethos of early New England, left an indelible mark on his psyche and found expression in his exploration of sin, guilt, and the consequences of societal judgment in his later writings. Despite the somber historical backdrop, Hawthorne's early life also had moments of warmth and intellectual curiosity. His education and Bowdoin College exposed him to a circle of future literary luminaries, including Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and Franklin Pierce. Hawthorne's time at Bowdoin not only refined his intellectual capacities but also marked the beginning of lifelong friendship that would shape his artistic journey. Wow, truly, Nathaniel Hawthorne's life was truly amazing, and we can say that he had a long way before he was able to produce all of those legendary literature that we have right now. All right, now we are moving forward to our second segment, and let's talk about his one of his famous work titled The Scarlet Letter. So, one of Nathaniel Hawthorne's most famous work is The Scarlet Letter that he published in 1850. This novel is a powerful exploration of sin, guilt, and Redemption, set in 17th century Puritan Massachusetts. The unforgettable character of Hester Prynne with her embroidered scarlet letter A has become a symbol of the consequences of societal judgment. Now, let's discuss the themes and characters and the significance of the scarlet letter. We should know why this book is one of his famous work. Now, let's talk about the themes. The first themes that is included in this book is the sin and guilt. At the core of the Scarlet Letter is a profound examination of sin and its enduring consequences. The narrative revolves around Hester Prynne, a woman condemned by her community for committing adultery and forced to wear a scarlet A on her chest as a symbol of her transgression. Another theme that tackled in the book is redemption. The novel doesn't merely dwell on the consequences of sin, but also explores the possibility of redemption. Characters such as Hester, Arthur Dimmesdale, Roger Chillingworth grapple with their own paths to redemption, each facing the complexities of personal guilt and societal judgment. And as I mentioned, the last themes, societal judgment. So this book, The Scarlet Letter, served as a scathing critique of the harsh moral judgments prevalent in Puritan society. The Scarlet Letter becomes not only a symbol of Hester's sin, but also a reflection of the community's rigid moral code and its tendency to cast out those who deviate from it. Now, let's talk about the characters. Who are the characters in this legendary book? We have the first one, Hester Prynne. So Hester Prynne is the central character, and she is the woman of strength and resilience. Despite the societal ostracism she endures, Hester refused to reveal the identity of her child's father and bears the scarlet letter with dignity. Her character embodies both the consequences of sin and the possibility of redemption. Our second character is Arthur Dimmesdale. So Dimmesdale is the tormented minister, grapples with his internal struggles and secret sins. His character adds layers to the exploration of guilt and the internal conflict between personal morality and societal expectations. And the last character is Roger Chillingworth. So Chillingworth, is Hester's estranged husband, embodies vengeance and the destructive nature of harboring resentment. His character highlights the corrosive effects of unchecked revenge on the human soul. Wow, that is very impressive information about the book, and it actually caught my attention. The book, The Scarlet Letter, and I think I will start reading it maybe later. Alright, now let's move on to our next segment where we are going to talk Hawthorne style and literary contributions. So, Hawthorne's writing style is often characterized by a blend of romanticism and dark symbolism. He was a master of exploring the human psyche and the complexities of morality. His short stories, such as The Birthmark and Young Goodman Brown, showcase his ability to delve into the darker aspects of human nature. Now let's talk about in one of his famous work, The Birthmark, that was published in 1843. So this short story is a compelling exploration of the human desire for perfection and the consequences of attempting to alter nature. It revolves around the character Almer, a scientist who becomes obsessed with removing a small birthmark on his wife Georgina's face. The narrative delves into the themes of scientific hubris, the quest for perfection, and the tragic consequences of interfering with the natural order. Wow, I think that story is also very interesting. Now, we have the second um, story that published in 1835 titled Young Goodman Brown. So this story is another influential short story by Nathaniel. Young Goodman Brown is a dark allegory that explores the nature of sin, temptation, and the loss of innocence. The protagonist, Goodman Brown, embarks on a journey into the forest, encountering various characters and witnessing unsettling events that challenge his beliefs. The story is laden with symbolism and serve as a powerful examination of the human experience. For our next segment, let's talk about the friendship he had with the Transcendentalists. So, while Hawthorne is often associated with the Romantic movement, he had connections with the Transcendentalist thinkers of his time, including Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau. However, Hawthorne's views on individualism and utopian ideals differed from those of the transcendentalists, leading to intriguing literary and philosophical discussions. So, Hawthorne's association with transcendentalist thinkers adds a layer of complexity to his intellectual and literary journey. Situated in Concord, Massachusetts during the mid 19th century, Hawthorne formed personal connections with Emerson and Thoreau, engaging in discussions on literature, philosophy, and existence. So, despite his association, Hawthorne's views on individualism and utopian ideals diverge from transcendentalist optimism. While transcendentalists embrace the inherent goodness of individuals and champion utopian ideals, Hawthorne's works such as The Scarlet Letter and The Blithedale Romance often explore the darker facets of human nature and express skepticism towards utopian aspirations. The tension between Hawthorne's more introspective and skeptical outlook and the transcendentalist optimism influenced the thematic richness of his works, contributing to the literary and philosophical discussion that shaped the intellectual landscape of 19th century American literature. Alright, now let's move on to the last part of our podcast, which is the later life and legacy of Mr. Hawthorne. In the latter years of his life, Mr. Hawthorne continued to contribute to American literature, showcasing his enduring literary prowess. Among his later work was The Marble Faun, a novel set in Rome that delves into themes of art, identity, and morality. Tragically, on May 19, 1864, Mr. Hawthorne passed away, marking the end of a life that had left an indelible mark on American literature. Despite the brevity of his years, Hawthorne's literary legacy is profound. His exploration of the human psyche, the complexities of morality, and his distinctive blend of romanticism and dark symbolism have influenced subsequent generations of writers. The psychological depth of his characters, the nuanced exploration of sin and redemption, and the symbolism within his works have resonated across time, continuing to captivate readers and scholars alike. Nathaniel Hawthorne's impact on literature extends beyond his own era, as his themes and literary techniques have become integral to the fabric of American literary tradition, ensuring his enduring presence in the canon of great American writers. Wow, that's the end of our today's episode for Mr. Hawthorne. All I can say is Mr. Hawthorne is truly a legend, isn't it? And I'm really glad that we explored his life and works. And we can see and it's clear that his writings continue to captivate the readers with their exploration of the human condition, right? I hope you guys enjoyed our today's podcast and join us next time as we journey into the lives of other literary giants. Thanks for tuning into Literature 101. Bye bye. Thank you.